What's happening? Welcome back to another episode and the saga or season finale of this mini series, Conspiracy of Everything. Signs are for the conscious mind. On this season finale, we will be talking about how Big Pharma had took over the medical schools and how the Rockefellers had infiltrated the board of commissions in the medical world. We will be talking about cannabis for all my cannabis smokers out there and all my other people who think cannabis is bad. We will be discussing the benefits and you will hear from doctors yourself. And last but not least, we gonna touch on this quote unquote great reset that everybody's talking about. Stay tuned. Science for the conscious mind.
And Rockefeller financed surgery, radiation, and synthetic drugs. They were to become the economic foundations of the new medical economy.
The takeover of the medical industry was accomplished by the takeover of the medical schools. Well, the people that we're talking about, Rockefeller and Carnegie in particular, came to the picture and said, we will put up money. They offered tremendous amounts of money to the schools that would agree to cooperate with them. The donors said to the schools, we're giving you all this money. Now, would it be too much to ask if we could put some of our people on your board of directors to see that our money is being spent wisely? Almost overnight, all of the major universities received large grants from these sources and also accepted 1, 2, or 3 of these people that I mentioned on their board of directors, and the schools literally were taken over by the financial interests that put up the money. Now, what happened as a result of that is that the schools did receive an infusion of money. They were able to build new buildings. They were able to add expensive equipment to their laboratories. They were able to hire top-notch teachers.
Oh yeah. My nature trail. I love it. Whew, yes, I'm windy because it is a hike. So, I'm on my little nature trail, you feel me? But I made it to the top. Gotta get my cardio up. My ancestors be disappointed. But anyways, as you heard, like I told you, anything that's dealing in the professional world, they always put some of their people on the boards. You know what I'm saying? And they always use that just to see if our money's being spent right. Oh, bullshit. And people fall for it. I mean, what the fuck else are we gonna spend your money on inside a hospital? We gonna, of course, get equipments and all this other shit. We don't need y'all on the board for that. So, and it was crazy because back then in those times, before everything happened, Big Pharma and all that, a lot of people believed in holistic healing and yoga and chakras and meditations, and doctors would tell you to go and get fresh air and sunlight and all that type of stuff. But as they infiltrated and they kept changing shit, then they start throwing labels on people. They start calling holistic doctors, such as Dr. Sebi and all them, quacks and quackers. You know what I'm saying? And over time, it took, because, people are sheep. Monkey see, monkey do. If you can get a group of people to start calling a person something, eventually everybody gonna start calling them something. And then everybody gonna stop going to nature for the healing, and they gonna start going to the pills and everything like that. So, in every professional world, archaeology, you feel me? The medical field, what else? Astrology, NASA, space, all those, any professional field like that, you can bet your ass that one of the Rockefellers, one of the Rothschilds, one of the Morgans, JP Morgans, you know what I'm saying? And it's a lot other names that I ain't gonna put in this video because it ain't about that right now. Stay tuned, I got other videos for that. But I'm just catching out the speed. But you could bet your ass that a lot of them got their family members and people that's on the board and all that shit that's rewriting history, you know what I'm saying? Educational systems, all that, man. They infiltrated this shit, man. That was the whole plan back when President Woodrow Wilson, you know, whatever that nigga name is. But when he became the president, that's when all of this shit started coming into motion. And remember, I told you, a lot of these presidents are part of the bloodline. So who was to say that he wasn't one of their bloodlines who infiltrated the political system? But, you know, a lot of these quote-unquote conspiracy theories, all you need is just some common sense, man. It's like, it's no different than a police officer trying to solve a murder investigation. All you need is evidence, you know what I'm saying, a motive, you feel me? And some fucking critical thinking and common sense and logic. And your mind will put shit together. Sometimes you don't even need, come on, man. A lot of y'all waiting on people to come out and be like, yeah, we did all this shit to y'all, we're sorry. Ooh. Like, they really gonna tell on themselves, man. You won't even tell on your motherfucking self. Come on. But anyway, I ain't want to make this video too long. Science for the Conscious Mind. Let's keep this clip going.
As doing that, they skewed the whole thing in the direction of pharmaceutical drugs. That was the efficiency in philanthropy. The doctors from that point forward in history would be taught pharmaceutical drugs. All of the great teaching institutions in America were captured by the pharmaceutical interests in this fashion. And it's amazing how little money it really took to do it.
Surgery became viable with anesthesia and infection control, and doctors advocated expensive, radical operations. These in turn produced the need for a large, lucrative hospital system. Radium fever swept medicine. The price of radium rose 1,000% almost overnight. Another costly technological industry entered the hospital system. A drug industry grew out of the booming patent medicine business. The doctors changed educational standards and licensing regulations to exclude the empirics. Soon, only AMA-approved doctors could legally practice medicine. In a brief 20 years, the AMA came to dominate medical practice. Organized Medicine launched a media campaign to associate the empirics with quacks. The code word for competition was quackery.
That's why I was hiking to, you know what I'm saying? I love this view. Out of all the places in Louisville, Kentucky, I love this view. It's so peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the people who showed me. But it's so peaceful. Just look at that. You can zoom in. I love it. Zoom in even more. Look at that. You get downtown and all that. Yeah, so, I mean, told y'all, the whole plan was to brainwash people, and then going from the holistic nature way of the universe to pharmaceuticals. Why you think every time you go to the hospital and you tell them, hell, you can go to the hospital and tell them that you got the common cold, and then instead of telling you to drink fluids and rest and all that shit, they gonna give you some motherfucking drugs. They gonna give you Robitussin, some type of cough syrup that's gonna fuck up your liver and all that kind of shit. They gonna give you that first, when a person with logic and common sense and who knows better knows that if you get the common cold or the flu or anything like that, that's your body detoxing from all the toxins that you done soaked up all day, every day, and it's making you sick. So your body needs rest. Your body needs fluid. And then once you rest and you get fluid, get outside and get some of that sunlight, that vitamin D. And I promise you, within 3 days, you good. If that, hell, 2 days, man. Look, man, when I get the common cold or when I catch the flu or some shit, I rest for day 1, drink fluids, and do little push-ups on day 2. Day 3, I'm outside in the sunlight. By day 4, I'm back at work like ain't shit happened. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Gotta get back to just nature. Sometimes your mind, not even sometimes, majority of the times, your mind can heal your body. You know that, right? When you're sick, if you start thinking, okay, I'm gonna get well, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling better, I'm feeling better, your mind will start relaying that message to your body to actually feel better. But if you sick and you be like, oh, I feel so horrible, I feel so bad, oh, my head, you do all that shit, you're gonna stay sick longer. You understand me? But I ain't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to chime in, drop my little 2 cents and show y'all my little peaceful thinking areas when I get out here and meditate and, you know what I'm saying, just get one with nature and everything. You got to come up here when ain't nobody up here, so I'll be up here early. But Science for the Conscious Mind.
Through school, he gets a great education. He has to be really smart to get through it. He learns all about drugs. He doesn't know too much about basic nutrition. I found that the average wife of these physicians knows more about nutrition than he does, but they sure know their drugs. And if you go to your typical doctor today, I don't care what it is, chances are you're going to walk out of there with a prescription. Why? Because that's what he has been trained to do.
And it's facts too. A lot of women know more nutrition facts than your doctor and pediatrician. I've actually, when I was a kid, I used to go to the pediatrician and like the doctors and shit with my grandmama, and they used to try to tell us some shit. My grandma be like, hell no, come on, baby, we about to leave. And then we'll go home. She'll give me like some fish oil, or she'll tell me to put a cardboard under my tongue. So just some old, you know, Native American, you know, home remedies and stuff like that. And I'd be damned if that shit didn't work, you feel me? A lot of these doctors don't know shit. And what did I tell you about the schooling system in the other videos? You ain't gotta be smart to get a fucking degree. All you gotta do is know how to read, comprehend, and regurgitate, which means you gotta be able to have a good memory to hold the stuff that you reading and what they telling you, to regurgitate that shit. And it's the same thing once you graduate and you get into the field that you're in and you actually get there on the life experience, your brain just gonna regurgitate everything that you just picked up in the book and what they told you. You ain't gotta be smart. All you gotta do is read, comprehend, have memory, and regurgitate. That's all school is. That's all schooling is. And once you be indoctrinated and institutionalized so long in school, and once you graduate and somebody with an open mind come and tell you some whole other shit like holistic healing and nature and shit like that, you gonna end up regurgitating some old shit that they told you in school, because now they done got your mind chained and trapped in a whole box. Only very few people are open-minded. Only very few people can get outside of the box of their mind to become open-minded to some new stuff. You feel me? That's a big-ass hawk. Something dead over the circle of life. Eat up, my nigga. Science for the Conscious Mind. Now we about to transition to, we're going to talk about the Great Reset, because that been on my mind heavily. It's only one clip, but we're going to dive deep into that one clip, though. Pay attention. Real close.
Enterprises, it's not only a great reset, it's a great deception. Replacing mum and dad, small businesses and private enterprises with big tech and big business. Democracy and free enterprise go out the window. Totalitarian government control slides in through the back door. Those behind this scheme are adamant that there can be and never will be a return to normal. That life will never again be what it was prior to COVID. That is why they constantly talk about the new normal. The World Economic Forum meets every January in Davos. You will have heard of the expression Davos man. It refers to all the zillionaires and pop stars and popes and princes and politicians who meet every year to map out our futures. This year's Davos is very, very different to all the previous ones. The World Economic Forum, along with the United Nations, along with the International Monetary Fund, and along with any number of prominent globalist organizations and powerful individuals, including Prince Charles, together have jointly promised that the 2021 World Economic Forum will be used to introduce via a vast network of connected big tech corporations, online activist movements, and compliant local and national governments something they call the Great Reset.
There are two great resets. One great reset is dealing with the earth. Mother Nature's trying to reset herself back to her natural balance state. This deals with polar shifts and electromagnetic fields and auras and everything. You know what I'm saying? This deals with the rise of people consciousness and everything like that. As it gets closer and closer, certain people's consciousness will start to rise out the blue. Like how you Like how most of y'all know a bunch of like hood niggas. Y'all know hood niggas, and out the blue the next day they start getting woke and shit. You be like, God damn, bro, what the fuck going on? That's what's going on. His electromagnetic field is getting reconnected back to Earth and the universe and stuff. 144 unity consciousness. So Mother Nature needs help because their great reset is trying to stop that from happening so they can usher in some whole other shit. You know what I'm saying? If y'all pay attention to the news, they about to make virtual schooling for these kids a permanent thing. So once they make that a permanent thing, there's no use for school buildings. So they're gonna start knocking them things down. And when they start knocking them down, what you think is gonna take their place? Big tech companies, other corporations, and more gentrification and all that other stuff. You understand me? Pay attention and peep signs. Y'all gotta listen to what the news ain't telling y'all. They always telling y'all half the story. You gotta use your cognizance and your common sense and critical thinking. You understand me? And do your research, man. Do your research. I'm trying to tell y'all. But their great reset is a deception. Their great reset is going to come. They going to usher in a bunch of technology and they going to make it sound cool. But man, a lot of people going to fall for it because a lot of people don't read. You know, when you get you a new phone and you setting it up and you get all these terms and conditions and stuff like that, 95 to 99% of people just press next. You don't even read the terms and conditions. You just press next, set up next, woo, woo. But if you actually read those terms and conditions, you just gave them the right to spy on you. But you don't know because you ain't read the terms and conditions. It's no different than a rapper signing a contract that he didn't read, only to later find out like, damn, this what I signed up for? Yeah, you can't take it away either. So, man, this shit getting rabbit hole getting deep. Welcome to conspiracy of everything. And conspiracy don't mean not existent. Conspiracy don't mean not existing or playing or some crazy shit. Conspiracy just mean plot, scheme. Aren't there scheming to keep kids out of school? Aren't there scheming to tear down the school buildings to put big corporations and big techs? Aren't there scheming to do population control? Ain't Bill Gates scheming to block out the sun and dim the earth? All that's a conspiracy, y'all. And then there's like 2 or 3 definitions to conspiracy. There's one, the other conspiracy is people joining up to do something. Ain't that what big bankers and millionaires and trillionaires do? Aren't they clicking up to take over? One world government, United Nations. What you think the United Nations is? United Nations. United means one. Nations is global. They United Nations. One world government. How y'all not putting this together? But signs are for the conscious mind. There's going to be a lot of sheep that's going to fight for the system than fight against the system. And fighting the system don't necessarily mean getting out here and getting violent and shit. You can fight all of this shit by raising your vibration, raising your consciousness, raising your awareness. You understand me? Because what have I always told you? What have we always told you? This is a spiritual battle. This is spiritual battle. This is all about energy and shit like this. This is about consciousness. They trying to trap people's consciousness, man. Look, the age of awakening. Your consciousness is getting unlocked. Your DNA is being unlocked so you can get back to your natural state, which is godhood. They trying to stop that. You want to know why they trying to stop that? Y'all see my video on Satan's seed? Come on, man. I told y'all I'm connecting all these dots to everything. Everybody's fighting over the same knowledge. If everybody came together, put their knowledge together, y'all can see the big ass jigsaw puzzle. We got the proof. We fighting over who proof is right when everybody's right. Come on, man. Y'all got a peak game, dog. Signs are for the conscious mind, man. This is the season finale. Conspiracy on everything. I know I ain't get a chance to talk about the cannabis and everything. I kind of figured that I'd just make a whole video on that. Because that's going to be like 15, 30 minutes long in itself. So, with that being said, Sounds are for the conscious mind. That was Big Pharma. That was the Great Reset. And since I didn't put the cannabis video in here, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Hey, if you like the video so far, like, subscribe, share. You know what I'm saying? Keep sharing, keep liking, keep viewing, keep subscribing, hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload dope content. You understand me? Sounds for the conscious mind. I appreciate all my subscribers and all my watchers. I love y'all. It ain't nowhere but to go up from here. You feel me? Let's go to this next clip. Pay attention. Got gems for you.
They give you a taste of the good life. You know, they take you on private vacations to isolated islands, or you get the penthouse suites and hotels. You get yachts, private jets, shopping trips. They lavish you with gifts. They make it look like it's the good life. This is the good life. Join us. You can have anything you want. You are a god. You can have the world. This is what they tell them. They don't tell them the small writing. And so people get infatuated by the luxury and the lavishness of being, rubbing elbows with the rich and the elite. Your own private jets and yachts and islands. The good life. They're treated very well. And then they join. They decide, okay, I'm going to join. I'm going to join with you guys. And you start moving through the levels and you realize, hey, wait a minute, this isn't what I signed up for.
Well, I tell you, they ain't read that small print. And you don't read that small print either when you get these new phones and these new gadgets and these new technologies that you have to read these terms and conditions and accept in order to use the product. This is how they get you in. The easiest people to program is the most materialistic people. You can get materialistic people to do anything you want. All you got to do is dangle trinkets in front of them. That's all you got to do. It happens in everyday life. So picture it on a bigger scale. Think about all the materialistic women out here. All you got to do is have some fly shit. They gonna fuck with you. Think about all the materialistic men out here. Shout it. All you got to do is have a car in the crib. He gonna fuck with you. Get him to do anything you want. It's called pimping. Y'all should go get that book called Pimp and read it and apply that shit to the government. Because they're pimps. That's all it is. They pimping. Man. A lot of these artists are being pimped. Like real shit. I'm sorry, but it's real. I got a ton of artists I listen to when I be riding. I know y'all be seeing my stories and stuff like that. But it's cool because I know the frequency that they on. I know when they about to get pimped. I be listening to them from when they first getting started. When they start getting they buzz, I even say it like, oh yeah, they about to come after him. They about to pimp him. They about to do that, woo, woo, woo. And then next you know, nigga go to jail, nigga come out, nigga got blonde hair, nigga start looking different, they start acting different, start dressing different, nigga they got female mannerisms and a whole 180 of what the fuck they was when they first got started. Cause it's in that contract. Come on, man. Y'all don't think it was fishy when all these new rappers start getting signed? They all start getting the same fucking grills and shit like that. Bruh, it's in the contract. We control your image. We need to control your image. Because the certain image we trying to display to the public to brainwash them, it has to go through. And since you got all these followers and all this influence, they gonna follow you and do everything that you do. So we gonna use your image to push our agenda. Come on, man. Come on. Being pimped. Why you think all of them be having mental breakdowns? All of them be going crazy. I want my masters. I want off this label. I'm so depressed. I got all this money and cars and jewelry. Can travel to Dubai, get all these places that y'all want to, but I'm not happy. Let me off this label. I feel like slaving. Come on, man. Why you think they doing that? The easiest people to program and the easiest people to do your bidding is materialistic people. And for all my Christian viewers and all my people who believe in Jesus and all that, Jesus displayed that when Satan took him to the mountain and told him, I can give you all the material things of every kingdom. It's like, nah, man, I'm happy worshiping my Father because I know that you don't own none of these kingdoms. You only get banished down here. You don't run shit. The Father runs shit. I'm cool. What's meant for me will be. What's not, oh well. If it's meant for me to have those kingdoms, I will have them. If it's not, then cool. I'm okay with that. That's called being at peace with yourself and with life. It's called serenity. Control what you can control, let go what you can't, and have the wisdom to know the difference. Science for the conscious mind. Let's keep this video going.
Then you start learning the ghastly truth of Satanism. And then when you get in, it's rituals, eating babies' hearts, sacrificing babies, drinking blood, being forced to have, if you're married, adulterous relationships because all of them are forced into adultery. Satan doesn't honor a marriage. You're married to him. Satanists have their own services that mock Christian services. They have them almost every weekend. They have them in underground churches across America. And they do everything opposite and against what a real church would do.
Both. Then they learn who they worshiping. I think rappers like A$AP Rocky and all these other rappers start making music videos with pentagrams and candles and all type of dark shit that ain't got nothing to do with the lyrics you spitting. Cause they got you in a trance. Y'all seen my last video or the first video. It's one of them videos when they talking about as soon as you turn on the tube, you froze and you in a trance. As soon as they drop that music video, you stuck. You in a trance. You listening to the beat and what they talking about, but your subconscious is picking up everything inside that video that they doing. How you think they programmed y'all to start throwing up the devil horns and shit like that? Come on, man. When I was growing up, niggas ain't play like that. You couldn't get a nigga in the hood to step inside a pentagram or talk about Satan and worshiping Satan and all that shit and talk about it's a joke. Man, what the fuck? Come on, man. Science for the conscious mind, man. Hope y'all enjoy this season finale. I'm about to go on my 3-day hiatus, vacation from YouTube and let y'all soak up everything. So with that being said, vibe high, protect your energy. Be aware, be conscious. Have understanding, love, caring, and peace in your heart. Vibrate high, help Mother Nature, man. We out.